Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it was unexpected. Today's live, unexpected for many of us, as yesterday I was returning from Istanbul and I was on the flight, and I had an amazing time in Istanbul, like a really completely transformational experience. And I got on the plane, and because of the times that we live in, I had so much room. I had the entire, almost the whole cabin to myself. I had this huge row, and I got to lay down, and I got really comfy and made myself comfy, fell asleep, and I woke up around 4 o'clock in the morning on the plane. It was 4 o'clock somewhere, and I woke up around 4 o'clock in the morning, and I just started writing. I got out my computer and I started writing, and for some reason I was inspired to write about Rosh Hashanah, the holiday that's coming up, which is also the new year of it's the new moon of the sign of Libra. And so according to Kabbalah, it is also the second new year of the year, the new year of the feminine months, the time of manifestation, the time of creation. So I was really meditating, like, what I wanted to do to share this info with the world and talk about Rosh Hashanah and how I would approach it now with my new set of lenses and my new set of tools, and really how to work it out. Anyway, I was typing feverishly, and I was thinking about some of the things that Karen Berg used to say. And Karen Berg is the co-director of the Kabbalah Center, the wife to the late Rav Berg, and she was also a pioneer in what she called the global spirituality movement, a movement that she started in order to bridge all different spiritualities together, to give compassion and love and understanding to every path that there is in the world. That was her mission, was to really create this kind of unity. And the global spirituality movement started about, I'd say, 3 or 4 years ago for her. Anyway, so I got off the plane from Istanbul, and I learned immediately that Karen's soul had transitioned into the upper worlds at around 4:30 Los Angeles time. So it really made me think about life. It made me think about all of the incredible lessons that I've learned from Karen. It wasn't soon thereafter that all of a sudden all of these messages started pouring in about Karen's life and stories of things that she had said or done to people that had changed their lives. And some things that you should know about Karen. Karen went to her husband, the Rav. She was actually his secretary at one point in the 60s. And she went to the Rav and said, I hear that you're studying Kabbalah. I want to study Kabbalah. And the Rav had a teacher in Jerusalem, Rav Brandwein, who he would go meet with regularly. He would fly over to Jerusalem from Brooklyn and study with his teacher. And Karen was his secretary, I believe, at the time, for his insurance office or something. And so she went to the Rav and she said, I've really been thinking about it. I'm really into astrology and reincarnation and all this kind of stuff, and I want to study Kabbalah. And at the time, it was kind of forbidden for women to engage in Kabbalah, women or men under the age of 40. And certainly anyone who was not an Orthodox Jew was not to study Kabbalah. And so the Rav said he was really quite shaken. He was not really knowing what he should do because, here she was breaking the rules, being a woman, and she was very secular. She wasn't even a religious woman at the time. And so the Rav said, well, let me ask my teacher. And so the Rav went to ask his teacher something, and I don't actually remember exactly what it was. Oh, his teacher had crossed over. His teacher was in the upper worlds, and he had begged for his teacher to come to him. he had begged for his teacher to come and give him the sign whether or not he could come to him in his dream, whether or not he could let and teach Karen Kabbalah or not. And so time went on and nothing happened. And so finally he was going to go tell Karen that he was very sorry, but he didn't receive the message, the indication from his teacher that he could go study, that he could teach her Kabbalah. So they go to meet, and they meet in like a restaurant or something. And, the Rav is quite burdened by having to tell her this. He doesn't really want to disappoint her so well. And so, but Karen is really bouncy and really, really excited and really jumpy. And so she sits down and she says, I have to tell you this crazy dream that I had. And the Rav is like, well, I should tell you, about this whole thing about you wanting to study Kabbalah. And she said, okay, but let me share my dream first. And she says, this man came to me, this really, really religious man. And he had this big fur hat and this long beard. And he came to me, he looked very religious, and he said, you will open the doors of Kabbalah for the world. And the Rav was shocked. She described him, and it was the Rav's teacher, who Karen had never, ever seen, hadn't seen any pictures or anything like that. And so in that minute, the Rav knew that Rav Brandwein, his teacher, had come to Karen to deliver this message. And so there it was. The Rav began to teach Karen Kabbalah. Shortly thereafter, Karen really started to create ripple effects in the world, in the religious world especially, insisting that women have the opportunity to study Kabbalah, and also non-Jews. Non-Jews have the opportunity to study Kabbalah. Even came to a point in the early 2000s, she decided, she had an inspiration that children should learn Kabbalah. And so she created, with a whole team, she assembled the most amazing team to create this program called Spirituality for Kids. And really, that's where my journey with Karen began. I had been studying Kabbalah for about a year or 2 years, and I was volunteering for Spirituality for Kids, and it was a really, really a pivotal moment in my life because I wasn't particularly fond of children, but I had used this opportunity to volunteer with Spirituality for Kids as kind of a what they call like a ego breaker, right? Something to go after something that's really hard for you and just kind of completely break your ego. So I started volunteering for SFK. Well, all of a sudden my heart opened to kids, opened to what was happening. We were teaching Spirituality for Kids in like the South Bronx, and I was so moved by what was happening and what was happening to these children and how they were getting these basic human skills of caring and sharing. And they really, really, it worked. It changed their lives. I was blown away. So I got more and more active in SFK. I got deeper and deeper and deeper into SFK. And SFK completely changed my life. I actually left what I was doing at the time, which was pursuing a career in acting. And I became a full-time Spirituality for Kids teacher. And so that's when I started to really begin to interact with Karen a lot, because that was Karen's foundation. It was Karen's baby. And so I got to interact with her here and there and really saw the magnitude of what she was really doing. And, here I was 27, 28 years old, a gay man, studying Kabbalah, teaching Kabbalah for kids. And it was really because of Karen. If it weren't for Karen, there's very, 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 very little I could say that I would be here, or that I would have found that path, or I would have stuck on that path if it weren't for Karen. And so through the years, SFK developed into a global organization. We did huge things. But Karen also continued to do other amazing things. She ended up writing several books that contributed to spreading spirituality and spreading Kabbalah. But it really, really wasn't until I would say the last 5-6 years of Karen's life, after her husband, Rav Berg's passing, that Karen became very active globally in a global spiritual movement, and really, really saying, listen, we have all these incredible spiritual paths all around the world, that these spiritual paths, we all have the same common denominator. We all want peace. We all want to connect. And so Karen said, let's just connect with each other. So that was all of a sudden what really, really, really also really inspired me about the work that she was doing. And lo and behold, she met Vianna Steibel in Israel. And Vianna is the founder of Theta Healing. And Karen said that she wanted to share this with students of Kabbalah because she found it to be an incredible healing technique and an incredible healing modality. And so the journey began. My teacher, Sarah Yardeni, started doing Theta Healing, and then Sarah passed it on to me, and I started studying Theta Healing myself. And as many of you know, this is my path now, and this is my career, and this is everything I do. So I really owe it to Karen. I didn't always agree with her, and I have to say that she was a revolutionary, and she pushed a lot of buttons, and she pushed my buttons many times too. But what she did, the impact that she did, was so great, and also in my life, so many, every single one of my friends. Yeah, Mia and I met one Rosh Hashanah, my first Rosh Hashanah ever. Donna, all of my friends, so many of my friends from Kabbalah and from Theta Healing and spirituality are really because of Karen. And so I just wanted to really take a second to dedicate a meditation today to the elevation of her soul. And it's no coincidence that she left this world yesterday on the 9th day of Av, said to be the most negative day of the year, right? According to history and according to Kabbalah. And so as Karen left the world during that day, I said, I knew it. I knew, of all days, Karen loves to make an entrance, right? And so she makes an entrance, and she also made an exit. She made an exit. She left on the 9th day of Av. And at the time that she left, there was an earthquake in Los Angeles, which is where she was sharing her last breath. So I applaud her drama. I applaud her light. And I know that what she did was really give people the opportunity to say, what is negativity, right? Like we're saying, the 9th day of Av, the most negative day of the year. So you have to fast half of the day. You have to fast. You have to sit on the ground, like all this drama. But it's also the greatest potential for light. It's the greatest potential. It's a perception of whatever it is that we're looking at, how we see it, Karen's soul saw it as the best day to leave this world. So how awesome is that? So I want to do a meditation today. I want to do a meditation right now. If you would like to join me, I would love to have you. And just to take a second to elevate her soul and really connect to her energy and to her light. So shall we begin? So just begin by uncrossing your arms and your legs. Kind of make yourself comfortable. Take 3 deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Begin to imagine that there's energy coming up from the core of the earth, up through the soles of our feet, our ankles, our knees, our calves. And now it's going to begin to travel through all of our chakras, through our lower chakras, our root chakra, our solar plexus, our heart. As it climbs up, it pops up outside the top of our head, outside our crown chakra, forms a beautiful ball of light. See yourself in that ball of light. And as you see yourself in that ball of light, imagine that ball of light taking off, passing through different layers upon light out past the physical universe, elevating higher and higher and higher until we come to a golden light layer, and you feel this warmth, this energy of protection, and pass through the golden light layer until you come to a beautiful jelly-like substance layer. And as you make your way through the jelly-like substance layer, you feel this energy pushing and pulling you, but you ascend higher and higher and higher until you come to this pink haze, which is the law of compassion. And as you pop up through the law of compassion, you emerge into the seventh plane of all that is, and you expand out into this energy further and further and further and deeper and deeper and deeper until you become one with it. Just like every atom and molecule in the world that has ever existed from the beginning of time exists here. And it's from this place we're going to make a command and request. Creator of all that is, it is requested. The elevation of Karen Berg's soul. May her journey into the upper worlds to her next destination be effortless and easy. May all the light that she revealed in this world be magnified times a zillion. And may the peace that you wish to create bridge cultures, religions, and all boundaries. And may we ask, I feel her energy with us, and she asks for your forgiveness. She asks for your forgiveness for any harm she may have caused you, any disconnect from the Creator, or any limitations you may have put upon yourself. She asks for your forgiveness, for our forgiveness, and reminds us that the greatest and most powerful gift in the world is forgiveness. And so from this place, we want to also ask the Creator for the Creator's highest definition of forgiveness, and that we know how to forgive those who have wronged us and who have done harm to us. And knowing that by connecting to that energy, we release ourselves from any heaviness, any karma, and we send it to the Creator's light. She wants to also remind us that whatever way you connect to the Creator is a divine way, and that your choice to connect to the Creator is what will create world peace in the world. However you do it with all your heart and all your soul, and connect to the Creator with only love. And don't allow judgment to interfere. And anytime judgment comes in and tries to tell you something is good or bad or right or wrong, recognize that it's just the voice of your ego, the voice of the opponent. Recognize it, know it, and choose differently. Choose to connect to the higher divine light that is only love, that is only compassion. Do not be afraid to step forward. And do not be afraid to ruffle people's feathers. If you are coming from service to the light of the Creator, no harm can be done. If you would like to know what it feels like to tap into that energy of being fearless, say yes. If you'd like to know what it feels like to be fearless in your plight, to connect people to the Creator, say yes. If you would like to know what it feels like to have awe, and the Hebrew word is romemut. It's like an awe, it's like an appreciation for the divine light of the Creator, to say yes. If you'd like to know in every cell of your body what it feels like to know that you are already a part of the Creator, you are one with the Creator, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like and that you know how to choose at all times, how to lift yourself up from wherever you are, whatever state of depression or fear or anxiety? You know how to lift yourself up and trust that no matter what, you will be guided and led. Would you like to know how to listen to your heart and follow your heart at all times, and to know that it's safe for you to do that? Karen loved angels, and I'm feeling all these angels around, and she wants you to know that you can also remember that you're being guided by your angels all the time, and that your angels are fighting for you in the upper worlds. All you have to do is to do your work. Do your work, they say. And they're there for you. They're going to guide you and support you and lead you. Hold that and connect to that. And last but not least, would you like to know how to stay grounded and rooted in this physical world while also enjoying the pleasures? While enjoying the pleasures of the physical world, also being able to stay connected to the upper worlds, to remember that everything is from the Creator. Everything. Absolutely everything. If you would like that download, say yes. And last but not least, can we download you with unconditional love? And any problem that you face, any fear that you have, Karen always used to say, throw love at it. It may not go away, but it will certainly ease the fall or ease the bruise. So whatever it is that you're going through, just remember to throw love at it. We thank you, Karen, for the work that you did in this world. And I'm making my own commitment, recommitting to continuing to do my work of connecting people to the Creator of all that is. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Creator. It is done, it is done, it is done. And so it is. When you take a second, rub your palms together. Something really, really fast so that you can feel the energy heating up. Faster and faster and faster. And faster. Put your hands over your eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul. And as you open your eyes, you can feel that energy permeating into your eyes and into your soul. As you open your eyes, you may come back to the here and the now. So thank you guys all for joining me. Thank you. Yes, forgiveness. One of the most powerful energies in the world. So thank you all for joining me. I look forward to connecting with you again soon. And for those of you who celebrate Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Many blessings.